guys, Hannah here. Are you ready for your short body flow? We're going to need just you and your mat, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start at the back of your mat for me. Our feet are going to be just underneath of your hips. Chin comes into the chest, belly button comes into the spine, and we're just going to roll down, really letting that head lead the way. Arms are nice and long, and just sway from side to side. Really think about letting everything in that back. Release. Belly button is scooped up to the spine. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to walk out. But 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding in our plank position. Belly button is into the spine. Neck is nice and long. Gaze is towards the end of the mat for me. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down onto those knees for me. Send ourselves back into that rest position. And then come on into that quadruped position. And we absolutely can come down onto your elbows if you feel any pain in those wrists. Let's tap into that Pilates breath before we do anything else. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Expand the ribs out to the sides and exhale. As we exhale through that mouth. Inhale. Expand the ribs to the side of the room and exhale. Pick that belly button up. And last one, take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, belly button laces to the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. And then go ahead, come all the way up. Roll our shoulders back. Let's swing our legs around the front and make our way down onto the floor nice and controlled. So holding onto the back of those legs, rolling down. One vertebrae after the other. Good. Now from here, let's extend those legs. Let's extend those arms. Let's organize our body first before we move. The arms are about in line with our ears. We're going to inhale as our arms come up first. Exhale, belly button into the spine. As it's like we're wearing that seatbelt. The arms want to come forward, but we're seatbelted back by the waist. Rolling back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale as our arms come up. Hovering over that beach ball. Rolling back down for 4, 3, 2, 1. And the last one, inhale as our arms come up. Exhaling as we roll over and rolling back down. Rolling down, arms come around by our side for me. Relax our chin away from our chest. Arms come by our sides, lifting those arms up about 1 to 2 inches for me above those hips. Legs are squeezed together firmly on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Curl up and over. Belly buttons into the spine. We start pumping from our shoulders. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we really reach those fingertips towards the opposite wall for me? Can we think about curling up another ½ inch? Good. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Can our shoulders be away from our ears, guys? Can we be nice and long from our shoulder all the way to our fingertips? And last one, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and pause. Lowering all the way down. Good. Flex our left heel into the floor as we bring our right leg up into a tabletop position for me. Now, I want to really anchor that supporting leg, that left leg into the floor. That right leg, I want you to imagine that knee has a laser beam that's shooting straight to the ceiling. Keeping that left fingertips onto your left hip to really check in to make sure we're not moving. We're going to bring our leg out to the side, keeping everything in the body still, and we're going to circle around. So imagine with that laser beam, we're making that circle on the ceiling. We have 4. Can we keep everything in that body still? 3. Can we point the right toe but flex the left? 2 more. Nice and wide in the collarbones. Last one, and other direction. We cross to the opposite shoulder, we circle and we center and we pause. Again, cross and around and back in. We have 3 and circle and center, 2 and around and back in, and 1 and circle and pause. From here we go ahead, take a nice deep breath in, extend the leg and bend the leg. And this might look very different for everybody about your hamstring flexibility. The key here is we're not hiking this right hip up towards our shoulder. We want to keep it nice and level with our opposite hip. We have 2 more, and last one, stay fully extended. Flex the foot as we lower down to about 1 inch off the floor, and point as we lift the leg back up. We flex to lower down, and we point to lift. Now that left hip, what's that doing? Let's check in there. We have 3 more, and sweep to lift. 2 more, and lift. And last one, and stay lifted. We cross to the opposite shoulder, and we circle and we center and pause. As we cross and we circle and pause, we have 3 and around and back in, 2 and circle and pause, and 1 and around and in. Other direction, we come out and circle and center. Good. Now again, guys, we're checking in. Is everything else in that body staying completely static and still? Last 2 forming, and last one. Bend that leg. Hold on to the outside of the knee with your left hand. Pull that leg across, and if it feels comfortable to do so, look across to that opposite shoulder. Circling our ankle in one direction, and circling the ankle in the other direction. We come back through center, and let's go ahead as we hold on to our shin with both of our hands. Tuck our chin, pull ourselves up and over. Elbows are wide, shoulders are down. Lift our left leg up off the floor. We inhale as we prepare. Exhale, pull that knee all the way into the chest, and go ahead as we switch. We switch, and we have 10, 9, 8, 7. Now, can we keep about half apple's distance between our chin and our chest? Good. 3, and 2, and 1. Hug both knees in, lower down. Now, we're going to repeat that on the second side. Let's lower our right leg all the way to the floor. Let's flex our right foot so our heel is coming into the floor, and we're really trying to get the back of that leg down onto that mat. We're going to go ahead and bring those fingertips just to our right hip, and then just release that second hand to the floor. Leg is into tabletop. We go ahead, we bring that leg out to the side, make sure we're not lifting that right hip, and we circle and we center and pause. As we open and circle and pause, we have 4, around and back in, 3 and circle and pause, 2 and around and in, and 1 and circle and center. Opposite direction. Good. So really think about letting that movement come from our hip joint forming, not our knee or our ankle or even our big toe, guys. And again, 3 more, and circle and pause, 2 and around and back in, and 1 and circle and pause. Staying here, we go ahead as we extend the leg up to the ceiling, and we bend that leg. And we extend. Now maybe you have one side that feels a little bit more natural than the other, or maybe you don't, guys, that's fine too. Good, we have a last one, we stay fully extended. Flex the foot as we lower down to 1 inch off the floor, and point to lift. We flex to lower, and we point to lift, and 4, and lift, 3, and sweep up, and 2, and lift. And last one, stay lifted, cross to the opposite shoulder and circle and center and pause. Now we're really checking in with that right hand on that right hip, that it's not becoming like a bit of a rock and roll from side to side. Everything else is being still, and it's that tactile feedback to make sure that we're strict with that. Opposite direction, we circle and we center and pause. And guys, if you're ever so tight in your hip flexors or your hamstrings and you want to do this set with a leg bent position, absolutely fine, guys. We'll build the straight leg. Last one, and around and back in. Bend that leg. Go ahead, hold on to the back of that leg with both hands for me. From here, tuck our chin, curl up and over. We're pointing both toes and lifting our right leg up off the floor, climbing up to wherever you can. Relax our shoulders back and down. We go ahead as we switch and switch and switch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug everything in, lower down, and let's go ahead and knee onto your right side for me. So we're going to have our elbow directly underneath of our shoulder for me. Again, lifting that waist up off of the floor. From here, our legs are going to be stacked, and we're going to reach that free arm up into a T if we can. If we need a little support, that's good too. Take a nice deep breath in, lifting the hip and lowering back down. We lift the hip and we lower down. Now we're going to do 5 more like this, really thinking about trying to create distance from our hip to the floor. And 2 more. Last one, we stay lifted. Open up at that knee like a clamshell. Lower the hip and close the clam. Open the hip and open the clam and close both. And we have 5, keeping our hips stacked, and 4, and lowering down. 3 more, everything stays stacked, and 2 more. Last one, we're going to stay here. Pulse just that top leg back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close everything down. Coming on up to a seated position, and let's sweep our legs around that second side. Repeating the exact same thing. So our elbow is directly underneath of our shoulder for us. Again, that free arm can be up into a T. If that's too much, guys, it can be down by our side. We're lifting our hip off the ground and we're lowering it down as we lift and lower. Now, can we keep our head on straight for me, guys? So we're not dangling our head down. We have 2 more. Last one, stay open. Open that clamshell. Close the clam and lower the hip. Open the clam and lift the hip. And close and lower. And we have 3. And controlling down. And 2. And lowering down. Last one, stay here and pulse just that knee back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower everything. Beautiful. Let's lie onto your tummies and just bring our arms into genie arms. So we're resting our forehead onto the back of our hands. And I want you just for a second just to let the floor take the body for me. So let your body melt into the floor. Legs are nice and relaxed, about shoulder distance apart for me. And from here, we're lifting that belly button up. We're pressing our pubic bone down. We inhale as we lift our chest and our arms, still connected, and exhale as we lower back down. We inhale as we lift, neck is nice and long, and lower back down, and again. We lift and hold, and lower back down, and last one, we lift and hold, and lower back down. Ground that upper body down. Again, lift the belly button, make sure our pubic bone is pressed. We inhale as we prepare, and exhale as we lift our legs up from our hips, and lower back down. So we're squeezing into those glutes and we're lowering back down. And we have 3 and lowering back down. And 2 more. Good. And last one. Let's stay lifted and let's beat our inner thighs together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower them down. Reach our arms nice and long like Superman. Neck is nice and long, shoulders are away from our ears. Again, check in. Belly button's lifted up off the floor. Pubic bone is pressed down. We inhale as we lift our upper body and our lower body up like we're flying. And exhale as we lower down. We inhale to lift and pause and lower back down. Last 2 for me, and 2, and controlling back down. And last 1 for me, pause, and lower back down. Send ourselves back into that child's pose position for me. Stick that thumb back, press our palms down, and then roll up 1 vertebrae after the other. Almost there, guys, I promise. Coming on up to a tall kneeling position. From here, our hips are over our knees and our knees are underneath of our hips. Reaching our arms forward just in front of our shoulders and relax our shoulders back and down. Focusing on that one spot ahead that's not moving. We inhale to hinge back and we exhale as we come forward. And again, inhale to hinge back. And exhale as we come forward. Those thighs are beginning to say hello. Beginning to. And last 2. And last 1. We're going to hold it here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way forward. Bring our hands down onto the floor so we're in that 4-point kneeling position again. And we're just going to release that back with an angry cat. Tuck our tailbone, lower back, middle back, and chin into the chest. And untuck all the way from our tailbone to the crown of our head, looking forward, pressing our shoulders back. Just 1 more. Tucking our tail, lower back, mid back, upper back, chin. And untucking from our tailbone all the way to the crown of our head. Push the shoulders away and come into that nice neutral position. Tuck the toes into the floor. Send ourselves back into that downward dog or elephant. Walk back to those feet, bending the knees for me. And then rolling up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll our shoulders up and back and down. Last 1 and up and back and down. And those words you've been waiting for, you my darlings, are all done. Mwah. I will see you next time.